Welcome to this feature-rich, well, should I say feature-rich for Impact? I can say it was rich enough that I care about it more than I cared about this Raw. If you saw my Raw review, and I'm sure not many people did, I just felt that the WWE went so far to try and fix the problems they've done the last 3 weeks that the show was terrible. And I'm very uninterested in this WrestleMania 32. But when I see Impact, and there is a difference compared to Raw, even the things I didn't like were more tolerable and need at least somewhere than what I would get on Raw. And I know that's stretching it when it comes to TNA. They really have not been putting enough effort into their product. I understand they still don't have enough women in it, and I understand that they still don't have very good writing. But in general, I'm more interested in TNA right now. But let's get to the thing I didn't really care about. Well, a couple of things actually. The interview with Gail Kim, and she says I went to the brass just like Maria went, and now I got some people here that's going to do #1 contendership just like she had. I didn't like that. You stuck Madison Rayne and Velvet Sky, who two women should not be focused on right now. We just got the beautiful people over with when it came to the dollhouse. The dollhouse is no more. You should not be bringing these two women in where it looks like you might actually have a feud with these two, even though supposedly this is nice competition. Bullshit. After what happened, I don't see it going to be nice competition. I just see they're going to rehash a feud between Madison Rayne and Velvet Sky. I hope I'm wrong, because the match itself really didn't matter to me. It wasn't a 100% shitty match. It wasn't. So I'm just wondering how far they're going to push these two women in a feud, and I don't want to see that. Here's something I hate, but I'm kind of interested. Guido is about to come in, about to have a celebration, gets his ass handed to him. I thought it was Eli Drake. Eli Drake, I thought he was going to be doing it. It's Al Snow. Now, at first I'm thinking, yes, beat the fuck out of him, Eli. Beat him up. And then I realized, wait a minute, that's not Eli. That's Al Snow. For one brief moment, I felt good to see Eli Drake bust his shit up and then bust his arm up. But then, I see Al Snow. And that upset me to see that he's going to get prominent time with Al Snow. But here's the thing. Eli Drake is still holding the King of the Mountain title Feast of Fire briefcase. And the way it was going, if they kept going with it, Guido would have eventually got a shot to try and take that title case away from him. I'm happy as fucking hell that Eli Drake is not involved in this. Let him fuck with Al Snow. I'm hoping that Al Snow will annihilate his ass. Of course, it's probably they're going to keep pushing his ass, but at least he's not near Eli Drake, which I thought was always a bad move for him, because Eli Drake, the man, oh damn, that hurt. The Master of the Universe does not deserve to deal with a Guido. But then, you see Eli Drake dealing with Jesse. He's not with him anymore. I just want to see Eli Drake by himself get the freaking title and then do something with the King of the Mountain title. His personality is more over than anybody else. And let's get this over with when it comes to Broman. They're back together. We don't care about that. But here's the thing. When it comes to beer money, it's over. As I said last week, seeing that both the it factor and the crazy man gone is a good thing, because they'll go and spread the word more of TNA and their own skills. They deserve to expand themselves. As much as the hardcore fans want to see them stay there permanently, these are guys that got to move around and get more publicity. Look what happened to AJ Styles. You can say a lot about how he's being booked right now, which is shitty. But he's got a huge amount of eyeballs on him, and if he comes back to TNA, those eyeballs may follow him. So that's what I meant. But now you see that romance was put back together. Beer Money essentially is going to be gone. You got Eli and Bram, they're going to be done. Then you have Eddie Edwards and Gregory Helms, considering, well, Gregory Helms wants to see him as his partner. But here's the problem. It sounds great that Gregory Helms is coming back to TNA. That's great. I always liked the Hurricane. I always liked Gregory Helms when he was himself and he didn't have to dress up as a superhero. Here's the problem. The person that was in the background, Trevor Lee, he was totally ignored. Gregory Helms said that he's trying to bring the X Division back to prominence. Prominence, not prominence. Well, prominence and Providence. I don't care. Why the fuck are we not doing something with Trevor Lee? It's not the point the man is good or not. If he's not good, then why do we even show him? Because Gregory Helms is going to go into the TNA tag team division now? That is one of the things I'm upset about TNA. They dropped the ball with their X Division. If their X Division is so important to them, you know what they could do? And I say this honestly. Take the X Division off of TNA Impact Wrestling and reorientate Explosion as the only place it needs to be shown. Do what an NXT is doing as a developmental territory. If you're not going to use the X Division as a mid-card belt anymore, now it's an undercard belt, then put it onto a B show. Book that B show with people that could be making the X Division interesting and make Explosion important. I rarely see Explosion. I think the last time I saw it was last year, and that was once. If you care so much about the X Division TNA, put it on Explosion, reorientate the show without the belts. Focus on the X Division only there. If you can't fit them onto the show and you can't write for them on the show, then put them on a separate show and do it that way. Be a WWE when they do SmackDown that way. Give them one title only, and focus on it. That is one of the most frustrating things I had to say for this entire review. So, when it comes to the rest of the show, it actually wasn't bad. When it came to the beginning of the show, here's the thing. I said this last week. I thought it was actually a better opportunity for a Remy to face a Maria. If you're not going to do a lot with Maria and Gail Kim, why don't you put Remy versus a Maria? And you can clearly see the difference between the looks of both these women. Each woman has some good looks. There's no lie about it. But a Remy has better boobs, and oh my gosh, I know I focus on that woman's breasts a lot. I'm sorry. I'm a lonely man who wants something to grab. But they're trying, or she's trying so hard to get attention for her husband, for herself, that she's gone completely overboard with it. This is not a PG show, which I have no problem with. But when you see Remy, it takes away from her actual character, because when you see her talking to Maria, when you see Maria talking to Remy, and you see Remy talking back, Remy's a better talker than a Maria. I want to see more of Remy's fiery attitude than a Maria's attitude, because Remy is more interesting, not because her breasts are nice and big, but because she has a more better attitude. She has a fiery attitude. She pretty much told her, "Get the fuck out of my way, bitch. Close your damn snap." I'm sorry to talk so nasty, but essentially when she got insulted by her and they had to hold Remy back. I like that. I want to see Remy go up against Maria, not Remy go up against Gail Kim, where Gail Kim is going to destroy her. I actually want to see Remy against a Maria. I actually do. Now, when it came to Jeff Hardy and Drew Galloway, the Chosen One versus the Enigma, It was a great match. I felt like it was the best match of the night. And I know I could talk about the other matches. I'm not going to. I'm only talking about this match. And I really did enjoy it. It was a good match. I am kind of concerned that when it comes to those swantons, he's doing it over the top turnbuckle, well, the top ring rope, and doing it off the top turnbuckle. The first one was off the ring rope, doing the swanton onto the floor and got Drew in his midsection. Then off that top turnbuckle onto those steel steps where it was Drew's knees that had to be put up on those steel steps, and that was bad for Drew's legs. Drew's legs got driven into those steel steps. You can hurt yourself badly that way. And I felt they didn't need to go that far. But it was still a very good match. What happened after the match was over? It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. I felt throughout the night, the best promo between, when it came to Jeff, Matt, the Mike Bennett, and EC3 was EC3. EC3 was the best guy talking there, particularly being the altar boy saying, God of wrestling, please let me beat the living hell out of this man and not get too mad that I bloodied him. Amen? I like that part. That was funny as fuck. The segment between Remy and Maria and EC3 was my most favorite of the entire situation. And I'm going to leave it there. But this is now the final part that I'm going to talk about. And this is about the Pope, D'Angelo Dinero, and him having a feud with the Bobby Lashley. I felt that this is the sleeper feud for TNA is Bobby Lashley. They're going to keep focusing on the other feuds. They're going to focus on Drew Galloway. They're going to focus on Matt Hardy. They're going to focus on Jeff. They're going to do everything they can to focus on them. But this feud is the most important feud. It is an old TNA, well, not a TNA original, but he's close to it. He's been around for a long time. He has said what he said truthfully. He has gone up against the best in the business. He has. And I always liked the Pope. He is and I say this loud and clear, the best talker currently in TNA. I still love Drew and he talks good. EC3, he talks good. Rockstar Spud, he talks great. When it comes to Jeff, he talks good as well. But there's no one is in comparison to, you got this, daddy. Daddy, I'm coming for you, daddy. I'm coming for you. I'm going to turn you inside out, upside down, and then I'm going to sell you on the street and trick you out. That is the Pope. The Pope is the best talker they have right now. And it makes sense to take him off commentary maybe for a little while and put him back into the ring. I'm hoping it's temporary. Because this is what TNA needs. They need a shot in the arm to get them something extra. But then they need that extra to be put to the wayside after it does its job. And they focus on the new blood. That is the Drew Galloway. That is the Mike Bennett. That's the Gregory Helms. That's the Eddie Edwards. The people they need to focus on that are new. And the people they need to bring in. I still say this. You have Daniel Bryan that is not working right now. I understand he has some problems with his neck. I would love if he went to TNA and became a manager or a general manager of the damn place. If they could find a way to hire him on TNA, their ratings would explode. And it's not that he's a great talker. It's not that he's a great wrestler. Of course, he's a good wrestler. He's never been the greatest. I know a lot of people would say he is, but there are other people just as good as him or better. But just to have him on the show and do something other than what's going on with fucking WWE, where they could have put him as the manager of NXT. Or have him manage on NXT if he could actually handle that. I truly believe that he could do more than what they've done with him. I understand he wants to get back in the ring. But he could be doing more than just moping in his home and doing nothing. He could be managing. He could be a general manager. He could still get over and love what he's doing if he just gives it a chance, or at least someone gives him the chance to do it. WWE just gotten rid of him. They got rid of his contract and he's no longer working, unless he's working in the back, which I don't believe he is. This is what we're stuck with, and I really believe that this would work if they did it. But like I said, the focus needs to be done properly. TNA's doing it right now. Let the Pope come back and mess with Lashley. It would be the sleeper hit of TNA. Then after it's over, break the Pope back, put him back in the commentary, put him back in his box, let him do commentary because he's damn good at it, and then focus on everyone else and bring more people in. That's what I'm hoping for TNA. The Pope wants you, wrestling community, to find the next person. I need you to find the next person, daddy. I need you to find the next person that will help me to do better commentation and get some more money, because the Pope is always about the money. I had to do that. But I hope you enjoyed the Zane view. Please give me a comment below. I will be getting my Uso review out hopefully by tomorrow. I'm actually doing another one as I've done and still working on the Uso videos. They're kind of complicated. I hope you enjoyed them. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace out.